So you categorize yourself as an activist, right?
Right.
Why do you choose to be an activist for the city of Milwaukee as opposed to anywhere else?
One, because I'm from here. I have a particular attachment to my city, man. I'm pretty sure most people would say this about the place they're from. Like, you can go anywhere else in the world, and there's no place like Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The stuff we get to see on a daily basis, the culture, just everyday life is different. I've lived other places. I grew up in Mississippi, in Greenwood, Mississippi, from 4 to 14. I came back here from high school, and I've moved back to Mississippi for a year as an adult, and then I lived in North Carolina for about a year. So I've lived in other different places. I have tried to move, and again, I'm always drawn back to this place right here, and I see the need in my city. Other places have needs as well. And what's crazy is, as an activist who does what I do, we get invites and we get asked to come to other places all the time, who we probably would get a lot more support and get a lot further with the things we're trying to do in other places. So there's more resistance here as far as government and a lot of the things that need to be changed. But this is my city. I just have an attachment here. And again, I just feel that sense of trying to pay back for the things that I did and got away with, it works itself out. So
the stigma of just packing up and leaving, you don't believe in that?
I hate that. One, because again, as a person who's lived in other places, as a person who has a national following on my social media more so than a local following, I see what happens everywhere else. Where do you run into? Like, those other places have more problems or equal problems, or a little bit different problems. We have people who want to leave the inner city and go to the suburbs, but ask the people that I get calls to for the different problems they have out there. They might not have an issue with gunshots in their car being stolen, but they got racism, they got, being harassed by the police while you're here and all the other kind of stuff. So, it's up to people if they want to trade their problems for another set of problems. For some people it works, some people it don't. But I just believe that the investment in your city and where you're from is part of the duty of being an American.
Milwaukee is recognized as one of the most racist cities in America. So if you leave the most racist city in America, the likelihood of you not facing racism would be pretty high.
Well, that's like saying if you lived on an island, and there are islands where there just is nothing but snakes, poisonous snakes, right? And there may be parts of that island that have 8 or 9 poisonous snakes minus, you move to another part of the island and it has 6. It's still the same thing. You less likely, but it's still there. And with right now, with how this nation is going, racism is at an all-time high. Like, the division in America is at an all-time high right now. So I don't even think it matters where you move. You're going to see and feel what everyone else is, either from afar or a little bit more. To me, it don't matter. It's all the same.